Yeah, it was Leia.
Fun.
He doesn't even know how to respond. All right,
Well,
so blue
I'm
4
sure
is going to
you're
be
looking
spawning
forward
towards
to
the
that
south. And green 4, ooh, we have some custom build-up. I'll be curious to see what those black spots are.
We should get those looked at by a doctor.
Well, the doctor isn't here right now. That's okay. We'll figure it out.
That's okay. I got a rubber glove and some Vaseline. You know.
I don't mind if fanboys find my house. Just don't fuck with the property itself, please.
And don't forget to do your prediction, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and look, I was right. MEC, Middle Eastern Coalition. I'm gonna start off with some tequila for that. I'm wondering if this is the same Polish mod that
All right. Oh, round has started. All right. Did these settings get redone? Do I have to rehide the not connected to TeamSpeak window?
Yep, audited mission. Is it TFAR Global or TFAR Client?
Global, top of the list. I told them they had to change that setting because it was a bit annoying, and they actually listened, which was great. But that's weird because it wasn't a problem in EU, so I don't know what happened.
It's weird that Maz broke it and made it an issue.
I think it's just because it's a server side thing. Because I think the server, which is weird because your client should remember the default settings, but I've noticed on certain servers I always have to refresh my settings ever since that new ACE update. But regardless, all right. Do you want to do blue 4? You want me to do blue 4? What do you want to do? I'll take your lead.
I'll do we'll do kits and then or I'll take care of kits and then you can take care of roster since you've been here past couple weeks more often than me.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so blue 4 are going to be our, like we said, Polish quote unquote forces. Still using looks like 416.
Told you guys we still do in TSB, but it's not required to actually play ups.
But standard blue 4 weaponry, 5.56. Rifles, which see some. Actually, see an M4s and 203s, not the usual M16s. So that is a little bit different. Otherwise, same stuff as usual. We do have a couple pilots with MP7s. They have a little bird over to the west that's in the field. Has some benches on it. Might see the sniper team get moved out with that. We do have 7.62 on the Mark 14 EBRs on Olaf and Mackenzie. And I'm yet to see a machine gunner that still has a 240. I see there's an M16. There's a 249. But yeah, I'm not seeing any 240s, so I think this one is just 5.56 for the Poles. As for vehicles, we can see Humvees adorned with Polish insignias and flags, so very discerning. But otherwise, very basic blue 4 stuff. Most of those Humvees are unarmored. The Humvee at the front with the Rhino, the M2, and the big old turret, that is up on. I think that's everyone.
All right, so blue 4 roster, we got Spiky leading, which I don't see her step up a lot in terms of leadership. I also know from personal experience she can be a little tough to understand on radio, so as long as she spends the 15 minutes in the safe start articulating her exact plan, it's not like this is an intricate AO, it's just the southern side of Zargabad. A lot of open areas, a lot of obvious routes to go in, like the riverbed or the forested line up the MSR into the town itself. So shouldn't be too tough of a plan to follow, but I do worry if Spiky needs to make corrections over the radio, she might have to repeat herself a few times to make sure the orders go through. Otherwise, with a newer leader, you gotta wonder who she's fighting. Vagrant, who is a bit more of a veteran here, but we'll just have to see how things go. Regardless, X-Ray being led by Jib Style, as Barb mentioned. Olaf and Mackenzie are taking the suppressed Mark 18 EBRs. G-Legs taking the 338 Lapua sniper rifle. We have Montgomery leading Alpha HQ with a guy named Civilian Casualties as his driver, because he's got a crew helmet on. I believe that means they're a dedicated M2 Humvee team to drive up with the squad as well. So we'll probably see both a Humvee and one of the unarmed Humvees excuse me, one of the armed and one of the unarmed Humvees go with it as well. Otherwise, a lot of people from 29th ID under Alpha, as well as Maz, who made this mission. Night Owl is leading Charlie HQ, and he's got a bunch of people, including a few TSB members under him, but it looks to be just a lot of different people from a lot of different communities. A mixed bag. Also, quick note, Norris is under Alpha 1, one of the players we like to watch because he does some really good plays. However, he's not with his usual machine gun, so we'll just have to keep an eye on him, see what he does. Wells is the 249 gunner in that group. Otherwise, Gamma 1 is going to be Despo, Sayak, and Tymek. I believe they're going to take the up-armored Humvee as a 3-man group, which is a little weird for a Humvee, but that's A-okay. That means Alpha's going to take the unup-armored Humvee, basically the one that keeps the gunner really open and thus really risky to field it. And then Schnuffles and Artisan are going to be pilot and co-pilot for this little bird. It does have a camera attached to it, so that co-pilot will be useful in scouting things out. Otherwise, not a bad roster, but not the best roster I could see. But that just means we have a lot of people that could potentially make a name for themselves. Norris is on it, sure, but not in his preferred slot, and we just got to see what Green 4 looks like. But otherwise, Barb, what does Green 4 look like kit-wise?
So taking a look up at the north.
Oh, they got that Iranian desert camo that can double as a winter camo.
Yeah, I love seeing the multi-use of that. But Green 4 are going to be rocking. So I'm looking at a couple people. Norse and Loki, they got 45 runners for their AKSs. As people are starting getting trucks, we got some people running around over here. So it looks to be, I was gonna say 545, but these
762 by 39.
These ones are 762 that Drake is running around with. So it looks to be a mix of AK weaponry, mix of calibers, but I'm sure predominantly 762 by 39. But yeah, like you mentioned, that Iranian desert camo. Very nice, fits the deserts of Zargabad perfectly, along with a nice PAS GT helmet. Should provide them some good cover, concealment and body armor should they get shot at. Otherwise, the SVD, yes, right, with Pierce now, he's going to be rocking the T5000 and 300 Winchester Magnum. With Norse and Loki being bodyguards with the AKS-74Us that are suppressed. As far as assets, they have a Dishcom UAZ right there on the front with staff and a number of statics back at the base up here.
4 Dishka statics.
Yep, nice big old 12.7 by 101, I believe.
And some transport girls as well.
Yep. Nice little collection of weaponry, and we see them starting to move out now, try and get positions down to the south near Shabazz, and looks like to the west as well, but Ilbenik already driving out of the AO a little bit. Either way, nice, decent loadout. That 762 by 39 should be nice and punchy up close, but at distance might be hard to hit them with the high recoil of the AKs.
I could not agree more with that, but they're playing on the defensive so they can wait Blue 4 out to come closer to the actual areas themselves.
In theory, yeah.
Otherwise, Vagrant, as I mentioned earlier, he is going to be commanding for Green 4. He is a very experienced commander. I'm sure he has a few tricks up his sleeve for defending these two objectives with such a small-scaled force. Ibanek leading, at least he's on the top of the roster. Hard to tell because all their symbols are in the vehicle. But he's on the top of the roster for X-Ray. He plays in both OFCRA and FNF. It looks like X-Ray is also fielding the UAZ Dishka Vic. So we'll see if they pull anything with that. The rest of them are under Ural. And as Barb mentioned earlier, they're already moving out. They're going to head west and get on probably the hillside. They just got to find a river crossing, which they do have close by, but it looks like they're getting into a compound instead, and they're going to try to overwatch from there, which I don't know. When it comes to small scale FNF, when we have 60 to 80 players on the server or less, you have to really focus on keeping all of your units together. You don't have the room to send your X-ray force to go out on a high hill somewhere and do recon, because every man counts at this point. That's also why I make an emphasis on focusing who the really powerful individual players are and what roles they're playing, because those are the types of people that can just annihilate entire squads on their own, such as T5 Bay or Dooley. Speaking of, we'll get to them in a second. Otherwise, as was mentioned earlier, Norse and Loki are the suppressed shooters, and Pierce is the sniper. He's pretty good with that gun. We'll see what he's able to pull with that T5000. Otherwise, Dreek leading squad at 29th ID under Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. Lieutenant Anderson, he is the head honcho of FNF-NA. He's the one that hosts the event personally. So it's always nice to see the head honcho play on the ground. He's got players like Cosmonaut and Wiki, pretty good in their own right. Warwick, Bridges, Cool Breeze, pretty good as well. But what concerns me is Bravo 1. We've got Iander, who I'm not sure if he's on AT, but if he's on AT, that he, in my opinion, is the best AT player with an FNF. So we'll see. He'll probably either have an RPG-32 or an RPG-7. But either he can rock either system pretty well.
Iander's so good with a rocket launcher that, like, even if he wasn't on the server, he'd be the best person on the server.
Pretty much.
Like, that's how good he is.
He made like a 700, 800, actually no, it was a 900 meter shot last week with an RPG-32. Yeah. No, like it literally, like, just a random vehicle in a fortified compound exploded with a rocket hit, and I literally turned around, look at a hill like a click away. I'm like, Iander's up there. We go up there. Yep, it's Iander reloading the rocket launcher.
Rocket.
That's just how good he is with that damn weapon system. Otherwise, we've got Nemesis in there as well. He's a very good player in his own right. Usually, I see him rock a PKM or PKP really well, but he can also rock an AK very, very well here. So I'll be curious to see what he does, especially with that GL. But the two I'm really focused on is Not Bay and Dooley. Not Bay, I would argue, is the best player in FNF right now. He, for the EU branch, was literally going 5-0, 4-0, 8-0. Well, no, 5-1. You know, that ratio. He was able to literally stall an entire squad by himself and then run around and just rack up kills before he would eventually go down. He is one of the pinnacle players that can turn the tide in FNF, and I'll be really curious to see what he's able to do on the defensive side. Otherwise, that is pretty much it for the roster. Because of where the core players are right now and where the asset divide is, I would bet green 4 right now. But let's look at the actual objectives before we put our final thoughts down. Barb, do you want to cover one, or should I cover one?
Sure. Well, I'll take a look at the western one over here. So
can I grab the western one, actually?
Go for it.
Because the western one, fun fact, this is ported from last week. No, 2 weeks ago. Was it? No, it was last week, NA1. That was it. This was a custom composition they put in Sharpur. They had a mission on there, and this one of the actual objectives was in this building. It was on the second floor, though. Now they've moved it to the first floor, but they ported it over because it's a pretty good fortification in its own right. You can tell, though, based off of like that outer gate for the second story access in the center, that it's meant to be part of a larger compound, but they also added a water tower next to it that you can get on top of, which actually, you know, combined with the terrain and how bulky the tower is, that actually wouldn't be too bad of a spot because it allows you some room to maneuver into a spot of cover. So it's a good one. Definitely you can turn this into a nice murder house if you put a few guys in it. So that could be a really great way for Green 4 too. Even the scales, as I like to say it. But go ahead. What about the other sector?
So the other one over to the east is right inside.
If you don't see the prediction, refresh the page. It's there.
This little kind of ammo dump in the middle of the base, and it's almost like something you would see at a SOG Prairie Fire. This little.
It's meant to be like a little bunker. If you open your map and look to the south, you actually see another one just kind of out in the open.
Just vibing.
Mm-hmm. Maz made this composition, I think, like 4 weeks ago, and we've seen it in every one of his missions ever since, because it's a nice composition.
It's a nice composition. I mean, yeah, if I made something like this, I'd try and use it as much as possible. I'm with that. But no, very nice little composition. Does leave it exposed. It is not fully protected, but only really from one angle, and that would be that little halfway barracks building, you know, half 1 story, half 2 stories. That'd be the only way to really get a rocket hit from it. Otherwise, Blue 4 will need to get into here and get very close eyes on this. And then spray it down with some 249, chuck some frags, or toss a explosive charge in there. But otherwise, it's a nice base. You can see them building up the exterior of the base itself. We have Dreek up on the oil cisterns on the northeast. And this is going to be kind of the northernmost position that can be held by Green 4 else in this, like, Blue 4 can't flank from the north is what I'm trying to say. They can flank from the west or the east, but otherwise they should be fairly protected from there. Yeah. Map limit is out in the middle of the open, so we should hopefully see a more direct approach hitting this objective. Otherwise, I think it's just gonna fail on its own right.
I'm just admiring Blue 4 right now. They have their units all spread out across multiple Humvees. They're not leaving anything to chance. It's a great strategy to have because if, let's say, you fully pack all the Humvees and the UAZ Dishka drives by and starts spraying in, the more spread out you have your units, the less likely that a spray is going to absolutely cripple you by wiping an entire squad.
Let's see what happens in 3, 2, 1.
Nice. And Blue 4's taking a second to actually start driving.
Schnuffles is not taking that second. He's going off, flying low and fast. I want to try and be a little bit further out. It's actually got Spiky in there.
Yeah, so they're going to have a ground command from the air. So it's now air command.
Yeah. Nice.
You are now stuck with my stupid jokes.
I'd rather you than dream. At least your jokes sometimes.
Wow. Wow. That's mean. Fuck.
Dream knows that.
Now we do have a little bit of a spread here. It's actually just X-Ray and the vehicle crew going one direction. Wow, no, so Gamma took the less armored Humvee. They're keeping the more armored Humvee with Alpha, weirdly enough.
Well, maybe that's because Alpha's going to be more in the thick of it. So they want to try and provide that extra bit of armor so they can, maybe use it as a bit of a line breaker kind of thing. But otherwise, yeah, I'm absolutely with you. I would have expected the same thing, that Gamma would keep the up-armored one.
And most of Blue 4 was staying at base. They're starting to move now, but they were doing a staggered start, maybe to prevent Green 4 from just outright intercepting anything. Maybe at least until the Little Bird flew over and tried to get eyes on any Vicks coming.
I want to get this quick. Over to the east, Hill 2156. Iander's up there with the RPG.
Yeah.
Alpha 1 rolling through there, and this is a perfect spot for him. Tuscan Raider style. Iander's going to have a top-down perspective on
At
this.
that speed, I don't think he's going to get a hit. Maybe we'll see them slow down in that compound and he'll strike, but...
He's leading it. Yeah, but I think he's having the same idea. Nemesis is also probably yelling at him not to. Just looking out there forlornly. Oh, he actually let one off.
Short. It was on target, though, but it was short of the Humvee. So now we see one of the M2s firing in random directions forward.
Because they don't know where that rocket came from. Norris almost losing control of his Humvee as well.
Oh my gosh! Look at the map. The Boomer marked it in global.
2 times Humvee. You talk about him rocking AKs and PKMs. He needs to go back to the retirement home and rock.
Oh my god!
So that Blue 4 Alpha group, they're now taking refuge in that riverbed.
Now here's the kicker though, because of that staggered deployment, these guys are gonna drive out with the Ural, and they're gonna see this one Humvee. But if this group spots that force coming in, the armed Humvee within the group here can just run them down.
Do they have one? How far back is it?
I think it's the last Vic in line on Charlie HQ, which gives it the most time to react. But that Humvee is going to be quicker than the Ural. And now you're seeing, look, the Humvee's parallel to the Ural here.
I'm sure they're calling
And I think, yep, Eric just did a sharp left turn. He's trying to call that out. Just because they're firing up into the air where that Little Bird is. And that armed Humvee is now making a beeline up the road. It's spotted the Ural, and I think it's going to try to follow it.
Yeah, because I don't think they really... They didn't
Ural
really
doing a
react.
dismount. And immediately Blue Force firing into its direction.
They're close. I think they kind of had eyes on it. Now we see accurate fire.
Skipper firing at that Humvee.
There goes Nape.
Oh, Skipper down. Nape knocked unconscious.
Nemesis is running out in the open, trying to draw their fire with that smoke. Not really working.
This is not good because these are all of Green 4's elite players.
Yeah, like you said, Nape does make that gun. They're popping more smoke, trying to obfuscate their position, but that volume of fire. Yeah, that trigger's not going.
They need that M2 Humvee to get up here and just finish them off. Instead, it's slowed down. Where'd it go?
Nemesis now starting to draw that fire
There
a
was
little bit
a...
better, but he is
What?
taking some hits.
Oh, it's diverted all the way over here.
Rest of that group now trying to move up.
Engines down on the Ural so they can't escape.
Yeah, that thing's dead in the water. And now the question is, does Green Force send any forces to try and rescue them? I would say no, personally, especially with X-Ray now getting engaged by Golf.
Yeah. That M2 Humvee might try to run down that UAZ. They don't have anyone on the gun. Oh, silly, silly players.
Just missed the tree, and their back wheel got taken out, and someone needs to hop on that gun and turn it around.
They're screwed. Driver just got hit in the back.
Yeah, he just got hit in the shoulder. There's Stathenberger.
Gunner's
He's
turning.
around, wrong direction.
Ooh, lucky hit. Kills the gunner.
I'm seeing blood.
Driver
pop
just
out.
got killed too.
Yep, both KIA.
That was a misplay on that Humvee's POV. I can only think it ran out of ammo.
Maybe, but the gunner was also not looking at the right direction. He was, Stathenberger was able to put his gun on target a lot quicker, and just
If you're tracking an armed Vic, even if the gun is not active, if you're reloading and you give it pause, it will get on that gun and turn around. You got to get to cover because it can easily skew you as well.
Depso is still alive. He could try and recover that Vig, but yeah, Stathenberger and Ilvanek, they are gonna try and give themselves some cover while Ilvanek closes the tire. On the east side, I think things have calmed down a little bit for that Green Fort group.
Bridgie fired. It's just short though on that Humvee. Norris is the gunner. That's one of his good weapons though. That also explains how he was able to heavily suppress that Ural. It was Norris firing.
Oh, absolutely. Another rocket from Myander, also short.
Yeah, because the Humvee's not pulling back. But you have the other armed Humvee here. Wait, how many armed Humvees did Blue 4 get? They got 3? I thought it was only 2.
I thought it was 2 as well. Did they get a third one?
Yeah. Interesting. Little bird's flying really low and slow around this position. I'm a bit worried.
Yeah.
Because Iander, he likes to shoot down aircraft.
And there's Notbe, I think, who's trying to go for the shot.
Yep.
Got pretty close too, but no luck.
Another RPG going out. Hits the rock right in front, knocking Nielsen to his feet.
I think Nielsen was going down to his feet right before that too. I don't see any blood on the ground.
I don't either.
Fine. Oh, that would have been so good. This Nemesis, yeah. Nemesis
Yeah, Cotton out in the open here is going to get behind some cover.
Yeah.
He is pinned. Crawling a little to the right.
Iander, I think, has 1, maybe 2 more rockets left.
Yep, the RPG-7 guy, he actually gets, I think, like 5 or 6 rockets. Little worry, though, because we're going to have Night Owl and Bomb come up on the rear here, potentially trying to flank this small force.
Depso is now trying to open up to the south. He's going to be able to sneak in between the 2 objectives.
They're firing at Iander. He just took multiple hits, and he's headshotted. AT down.
Ooh, yeah, that Charlie group.
Green 4 sending a 4-man team up to counterattack on the Riverbed. missing a shot on Norris. That was Pierce, the sniper. Missed it, unfortunately. Now Blue Force turned around with that Vic, and they're wildly suppressing, trying to figure things out. GL goes off. Thought it killed someone. It did not. Pierce putting his head up. He is immediately shot at and is forced to get down.
That's good reactions.
50 cal picks off one of the green 4 guys. That was one of the suppressed shooters.
Yep.
He's caught in the open.
Yeah. They're just trying to push up this riverbed, but they need to try and wipe out Nemesis' group and take care of that problem entirely, and then they'd have pretty much free control over the eastern side.
Meanwhile, look at Despo.
Oh, yeah.
Bridge, that's a good call, but he's going to see your PK. Oh, he might not actually from that angle. Nope, he's not going to see the barrel.
Is Depso on yelling or something? Bridges is on high alert.
I don't see any blood under the building, so he wasn't shot at.
I think Depso might have saw the disc. He sees the shadow. Tell me you see the shadow.
He heard the movement as Bridges steps out. Despo gets out, and the PKP wins.
Very nice. I don't think he even landed a shot on Bridges. It did make him fall off, I guess. Very well played from Bridges. I don't know what tipped him off for Deps, with Depso pushing up to his position. Very nicely done.
Koak folding out as Norris turns in with the gun. Both of them now get out and try to move up. Montgomery trying to knock out Koak, manages to get the knockout.
Norris and Pierce now kind of abandoned a little bit. Pierce is going to try and fall back through the riverbed, but Norris is stuck bandaging. He can't go anywhere. Oh, and if that's a frag. Well.
Norris spot, he's being shot in the back, and he's knocked out by Maz.
Yep. Nicely done. Over on the western side, we do have Blue 4 approaching this compound. So Olaf and McKenzie. Don't know if either of them have any explosives, but they're going to need something to destroy that cache.
So a lot of Green 4's special heavy hitters have been taken out. Blue 4 slowly advancing up the riverbed. There's still a lot of fighting to go here. Green 4 still has a pretty strong defensive line with the 29th ID, but casualties wise, let's see, 2, 4, 7 on Blue 4. Green 4 have suffered 4, 8. So Blue 4 still should have that numbers advantage. But you gotta remember, 3 of them are in that helicopter up there.
And we do also have Banks, Dooley, and Chow over here on this northeastern side, right along the edge of the AO.
And 3 members of Blue 4 are about to breach and clear the other cache, and that's gonna tip Blue 4 off that they're all fortified and the other one.
Good GLs landing near Sholin and Nielsen. If it gets lucky, it might be able to disable this Humvee. Yeah, I believe that is, yeah, that's Dreek using it as a kind of short distance mortar.
Duly knocked out because they've got 2 explosive specialists, Grav and Kabaya, firing from up high. Duly wakes back up. So Blue 4 trying to commit to clearing out the remainder of the guys over here. Another guy was just knocked out. That was Dooley again.
Olaf and McKenzie about to find this cache. Yep, Olaf just found it.
Chow not realizing where he's being shot at from, trying to go up to bandage Dooley. And he gets taken out himself for not realizing the threat. Now it's just Banks as he goes guns up. Got some concealment from these bushes. The Euro also covering him. And let's see, I think Dooley was just killed off. Chow wakes back up. And he immediately starts receiving shots.
Yeah, Kabaya actually not able to secure that kill as cleanly as I thought they'd be able to. Chow rolling around in the dirt trying to...
He had a little bit of defilade cover there. Gets hit in the leg. He's totally crippled.
Yeah,
he's got some better defilade here, but...
Just barely. Yeah, he actually... I think it is protected here. I don't think they'd be able to hit him except maybe the back of the crown of the head.
Banks has spotted the direction on the hill where these guys are shooting from, but decides it's not a good idea. Quickly checks the Ural. The Ural's done.
Yeah, that thing was shot up to hell.
Yeah, the engine was destroyed, and I think it ran out of fuel as well. So we got 2 other Blue 4 players coming over the hill here. They might be able to spot them. But otherwise, we're going to see Blue 4 take out the westernmost cache, and then probably some sort of pincer maneuver here as well. But they're going to definitely clean up these 2 guys that are out here. They're just in a really bad position. There's no way for them to pull back.
And he's getting spotted by the Charlie HQ on the hill.
Yeah, and he's knocked out by the 50 cal.
Oh, God.
Just a bad position to be in.
Oh, for sure.
NA round 1. We'll be commentating on 2, maybe 3 rounds tonight.
Little Bird's still flying around, flying awfully close now. I think Spiky's looking for targets to strafe.
Very risky, considering the fact there's 4 Dishkas in play.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Looks like Ibanek has stolen one of the M2 Humvees.
No, not shit talk. Liru cast a cursed, not Bay, and so they died.
Oh, and there goes Banks. Grav ran down the hill and took him out.
Chow, take it out. No, Chow's still up.
Chow's still up in the back. How you doing, Em?
What's up, man?
You put that original marker in global chat, by the way. We saw it. Is your rocker okay, buddy?
It's 3 in the morning, dude.
You can't rock in it. It's too early. The squeaks are gonna wake up the entire wing.
Retirement
I
home.
got bamboozled because we heard they were on the western side, and then we saw the 2 Humvees. I was like, well, we can move up behind them. There were 4 more coming.
Yeah, there was another 4 coming because they did a staggered start and caught you completely by surprise.
Yeah.
It got messy.
Yeah.
I don't think Iander hit a single rocket, which was very surprising.
He's probably very drunk by now.
No,
Where are the
he's
Dishkas
usually better
located?
when he's drunk, so he's probably sober.
How does an erotic jellyfish? You know, I don't
That's what went
want to know.
wrong.
So we know there's at least
actually
one
brought back,
placed up
one of the
here.
M2 Humvees into
The other
Greenville
ones we
base.
do not know. Okay, we got Warwick on one here.
So, have a good one, guys. I'm heading to bed. See ya.
Have fun, Em.
Take care.
One here, and I don't know where the 4th one
Sweet
is
dreams.
because we're not able to tell from this interface. So they're around. They're just being, I guess, staying in reserve because they haven't been shot with yet.
That's why you do this kind of like weird observation thing. GL's actually going out towards Mackenzie and this group over to the west.
So I think Blue 4 is consolidating its eastern force to try to make sure that everything towards the northeast is swept and cleared. That's also buying time for the western force. Cache is now destroyed. They're going to move into position, but one of the Dishkas opening up. One of Blue 4 is dead.
I think that might have been Mackenzie. Yep, Mackenzie goes down.
That is by Bridges. And we just heard one of the Little Birds get hit.
Yeah, I heard that crunch.
Quickly lowering itself. I think the damage was superficial.
Yeah, probably just damage not destroyed. So they're gonna try and gain speed and get out of there. But Chow right here could take the chance that PKP.
I think he's still hiding.
Yeah, but he'll hear that Little Bird. Nah, now it's too late.
I gotta wonder, Blue 4, they're moving into the open ground on the north. Are they gonna try to ride the northern border into the AO? That's...
From the northeast again.
I don't think that's a good idea. They should just use the riverbed.
No, absolutely. Like again, like from the flank, but like I mentioned, that for like 300-400 meters, it's just open terrain.
Yeah.
And not even rocks to hide behind. Now that some other places, like the riverbed, it is just bushes. So if they move and they get spotted, which they will.
Tell me about it, Jellyfish. I want to hear it.
Yeah, that's kind of lights out for them.
It's not every day where you have someone named
It's gotta be
Erotic
at
Jellyfish
least.
drop by your chat and
If
tell
they
me there's a
spearhead
mildly
with the
amusing
Humvee,
story tied to his name. I want to hear it.
Is the No, that isn't the up-armored one. Where's the up-armored one?
That would be under Alpha Niels. Wait, no.
It was over there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, now Nielsen's
I think,
in the
civilian casualty under Charlie HQ has it. He's bringing it to the western side.
I see. Maybe they requested the extra firepower.
Probably because they were fighting
I
the
don't know.
Dishka. But that Humvee would just be a big target for the Dishka.
Yeah, it'd be a great target for some 12.7 rounds.
Life was sweet but short, Cosmo.
We're just kind of suppressing that white smoke that he's seeing.
Sorry, Cosmo. The one unit that's concerning me right now is Drake. He's covering this open area on his own. He's got a GL. He can blow the whistle.
Eric is over here on the south side from, if I remember, Hill 2022. And he's trying to just split their attention. Have it try and split 3 ways, west, east, and south. And it's a good idea, but yeah, here comes that, immediately they get spotted as soon as they try and peek out the bushes. And Nielsen trying to peek up there with the M2.
So we got some firing back and forth here, just skirmishing along the west. I think they're hoping that the western firefight distracts enough Green 4 so that they can sneak in, hugging the map border towards the east. That's the only way I can think of this strategy working, but Green 4 is doing a great job pulling 360.
Yeah.
And we're only 20 minutes into this round, so this AO is going to be determined before the timer becomes an issue.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is just try and cause as much confusion as possible, stretch their defenses as thin as possible, and it has a decent chance of working, given the numbers advantage just on that metric alone. But yeah, they're going to need to actually start to get some kills on Green 4 if they want to get this second objective taken care of. I'm also wondering to see, I want to see what Chow does over here in the back line. Still scavenging and trying to recover that PTSD-inducing incident. All your buddies are dead. You're the lone survivor.
He's just stuck chilling here.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still bandaged. Poor guy.
Does he have a magnified optic on his?
No, that's a PKAS scope, the red dot.
Yeah, that's just a one-time collimator. So, not good. Get eyes on something should be good, but yeah, an optic would definitely help you.
So Martin spotted the eastern group. He's been suppressing up in that direction. Drake is now firing GLs up there. Might have spotted Maz moving in the open over there. He's now pulling back. Blue 4 has a few different opportunities. They could beeline it. They could just do their best. Hold up. To the south, we have a commandeered Green 4 Humvee taking out.
That was Eric in that. That was the up-armored Humvee.
Driver is dead. Excuse me, gunner is dead. Driver is still trying to drive out.
Yeah, that's civilian in green shade, actually. No, Eric was...
Yep, 2 guys. There was one guy that was unconscious. He woke back up in the shotgun seat. I think that was green shade. Now they're doing their best to get out of there. Meanwhile, as I was talking about earlier, look at what they're doing. They got one Humvee, but they're driving it backwards to put some some spaced armor.
Oh god, are they actually?
And then Norris is just gonna beeline it in. He's going for the opening.
Ooh, swooshed right through, but he does have to be careful. Yep, south.
Look at what fucking Night Owl's doing. It's not gonna do you much good when you gotta deal with the flank there.
Nielsen just busted down the wall, and they are pushing in on the north side. They're pouring into this compound. There's war getting caught on the open. Fist returns in kind.
I think they were just a distraction.
I think this is the force. The distraction is over to the east. They're trying to go for something here.
The 3 dudes that were in that other Humvee have been taken out.
The problem is, though, is that none of the Greenford guys have been taken out yet. They've just been suppressed. And here comes David here.
David's gonna come around to catch Eagle off guard.
Nice.
Trade.
I think Pi might have actually gotten him, but still a good trade there. We're just coming from the front gate against Nielsen. And just like
He just gets him.
Marie and Norris.
Eagle fails his wake-up check. Blue 4 trying to fold in a few remaining guys on the corner, but I think this is going to be a decisive Green 4 victory.
I think one of them tossed a charge thinking that the oil drums might have been the objective, but no, it's in the little thing on the other side of town, buddy.
Vagrant wakes back up.
Oh, Vagrant does, of course Vagrant does.
And then he gets picked off by X-Ray. That was G-Legs.
Was it?
Yeah, look over towards the west. He has the 338.
He would have no angle and he'd be firing through smoke.
The smoke wasn't there.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Montgomery hit by Anderson. Norris is alone, but he's bandaging.
He's alone and he's bandaging. Those are both but he is.
Cosmonaut wins the one-on-one.
He took that headshot like a champ, and all that's left is Grav over here on the east side and some remnants on the west, but Green 4 pulled it back into the main base, and there's no way that Blue 4 are gonna break that nut.
Spiky got killed off in the helicopter, by the way.
Oh, poor Spiky.
And her body is like all the way. I'm scrolling towards it right now.
Oh man.
All the way it fell out, and they stripped her. Oh dear.
Yeah, they already ratted her.
Oh my god.
Those Taliban, they were quick.
Jesus.
What'd they do?
I know. All right, Blue 4's got 5 on the ground. They've got a helicopter with 2 people, so 7 total. Green 4's got 12 up. No, well, now 11. Someone just got knocked out, so it is in Green 4's favor. We are seeing... Did they go back and pick up Chow? They got more, actually.
No, Chow... Yeah, they got...
No, Chow's dead. What?
How is Chow dead?
How did Chow die?
I don't know.
Did the other Humvee kill him for...
Did they eat Chow? MVP Pierce for TK, the last member of Bravo, which would have been Chow.
They killed
That
Chow.
explains it.
Oh my god. See, he was a traitor for not coming back into the AO so quickly, so they had to eliminate him.
No, he was the imposter because he's rolling around in Blue 4's Humvee.
Oh my god.
That is kind of sus. Perfect way to end that. Of course, Green 4, they're not going to have any face any consequences for that mistake because the lead is just too vast. I want to see what Schnuffles is going to do. Could try and, I mean, I know vehicle deathmatch is not allowed, but if it just so happened to land on the roof.
Hold up, we got Grav coming up. Grav is an explosive specialist, but Wiki spots Grav.
Yeah, Wiki's gonna finish that off, I think.
He missed the double taps. Grav took like 4 or 5 shots, so I don't think he's gonna wake back up, but if he wakes up, he could throw a satchel and it's GG. Now, he doesn't know where it specifically is, but that bunker would be a good bet, you know?
Yeah. I think Grav's waking back up.
Jib gets knocked out.
Yeah, Supreme there. Reigning Supreme. And here comes Wiki. Nope, not gonna double tap the body. Now he is, I think. I'll let you up. Where the hell are those shots coming in from?
The heli, maybe?
Yeah, maybe the heli. Does someone get on the...
Yep, there is Schnuffles on the side.
No, it's Artisan, actually.
Oh, no, you're right. It is Artisan. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Enemy AC-130 above.
It's the discount AC-130. Now you got this M2 just cleaning house in the back. Jib woke back up and knocked Bridges out. Huh.
Still down, though. I don't think he's waking back up.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, Bridges has been down, but Jib does wake back up. It was Supreme who took him out. And there goes Bridges, actually, just flat out. So now Jib looking for his assailant.
Fritz aggressively pushing to Space Cowboy Carl.
Fritz is on the flank.
Possum holding the rear. Oh no, he's bandaging, that's why.
And he's about to get rolled up on by Fritz. Chip style, literally in the same. Oh man! You see
Shot in the ass.
He's saying, "Give me the your codes." I think Jib is able to keep his cover at least a little bit. Though Pierce watching that entrance. Possum still bandaging. Carl is looting. Need Artisan to do some more noise. Try and get a 203 on that Humvee. Martin as well just has that PKM watching the front door. Jib though, right here. Pierce isn't careful.
Maybe. He backs up a little more. Jib, is he going for the ladder? Nope, he's going to stay right there.
He's trying to peek through that netting, but I don't think he's going to have the angle. Maybe on the shoulder, but I don't think on the head. Pulls back. Now would have the angle.
Hey, there it is.
And with the headshot on the gunner. Very nice. And blinking, you miss it. Only 4 green 4 left in the compound right now. Here comes Space Cowboy Carl trying to assist. Now we need that little bird to run distraction. They landed and picked up a PKM.
Ha!
PKP actually, yeah. I think they stole it off of Chow. Yeah, that's perfect distraction. I think. No, Pierce is still in that Humvee. Has not switched to the gunner, just hanging out in the driver's seat, maybe trying to heal his buddy.
Oh, he still has his PKP, so I don't know where they got it.
No, that's Ilbanek actually. Pierce is the one who's dead.
Space Cowboy Carl trying to pick off Wiki.
Doesn't seem like it worked though. Is crippled.
If legs were to look left, he'd see him.
Tom Brady with the throw, but it is not complete.
G-Legs, I think, just spotted Wiki. There's the shot. Wiki's down.
Oh yeah, on top of that little gas station.
This got turned around.
He could hop over to that larger one. He could try and go for it.
I think Cossum found and eliminated Fritz. Yep, you got Fritz's body in here. Cossum took some shots, but
nice.
He got him.
This is almost looking a little even.
Fraz, it's like 9 p.m. for me, buddy.
You have Dreek hiding incognito.
Live on the East Coast in the United States.
No, he just hopped out, so disregard that.
Blind suppression into the building.
Yeah, why not? Jib in space to do something.
Jesus. For me, Wiki's body is half in the ground with his legs sticking out. It's not a pretty sight.
For me, it's the opposite. His torso is sticking out of the ground and his leg is coming up from it. It's actually pretty common.
No, I think that's what I got too. The legs, it's the right leg, right? And his left arm's out?
No.
Ragdolls are always blindside. It's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, speaking of funny, Carl's going to try something a little funny.
Keenan, thanks for the 17-month resub, my man. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Give me 1 second. Let me add one command.
It's gonna get schwacked.
I always forget to add the FNF command. If you want to come and play, just gotta do !FNF, and that Discord will tell you everything you need to know. Carl just got knocked.
Yeah, by Martin probably.
That is one hell of a keyhole.
Right?
But everything's going well, Keenan. How are you doing? Oh, fuck, I missed it. Did exotic jellyfish... Okay, erotic jellyfish, it drew... Oh, so PFP is what his friend drew for his own thing. Okay, he did give the story. Cool.
What Martin's position is and how
So this is back in college a long time ago, and at one point during marine virology, we had gone over a species of jellyfish where the female will swallow the sperm of the male jellyfish, so later, while we're all chilling in the lounge and typical sex banter comes up, I make the joke, you all remember this jellyfish, they're pretty erotic, and thus it's stuck. The erotic jellyfish. I love it. I always love the stories behind people's names like that.
Up in RPG 26, might be able to use that.
Completely missed to read it out. I was too busy sucked into the round here. Absolutely love it, erotic. Absolutely. Cowboy wakes back up. 15-minute warning called.
Mentioned both of those.
It's 4v6 right now. No, 5v6.
They brought it back, honestly. Schnuffle's flying a bit slower. I think Arzen trying to line up some better shots. Gotta do something. 14 minutes. And technically speaking, it is a 6v5 right now. If my math is correct. Yeah, 4 on the ground for blue, 4 with 2 in the
Here, 1 second.
Sure, have fun. And 5 on the ground for green, 4. I mean, they really don't need to do anything but just hold right now. As Gypsel tries to push up, Martin sprays the entrance and dissuades him from continuing that pursuit. Jib finding a little keyhole here. Might try and hop over. Wouldn't entirely advise it. Generally speaking, jumping blind over walls is not a good idea, but Martin does move, and I don't think is able to watch this direction. Cosmonaut, though, does he see it? I think he just sees Jib style. Yeah, he sees a little bit of movement from Jib style. So Cosmo just waiting for the opportunity.
It's a standoff.
A little bit, but Jib style I don't think quite sees it. Cosmo definitely sees it now. And come on, Cosmo, give us a little pop. Jim actually gets some shots on the retreat. Cosmo. That grenade was beautiful. Carl now pushing around the north side.
We got G-Leg doing an elaborate flank over here. He doesn't want to get too close. Pi has the Dishka, but his shots are short. As that little bird flies evasive. Still superficial damage.
Yeah, it's still flying.
What is Cossum doing?
They just got to be careful about where they're going if they're going to need to land.
Jib taking out Space Cowboy Carl. Trying to flank and hit Fist. Unable to, he's stolen a PKP. Cosmonaut now running out.
Yeah, he's going to pursue. G-Leg's trying to cover. 11 minutes and change now. Here comes the little bird again, coming in from the north.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 v5 right now. But 2 are in that chopper.
Carl and G-Legs now over by the oil cisterns on the northeast side. They actually do have a clear path to Martin and that cache. They decided to go down that way. G-Legs getting on top of one of the cisterns. Let's see what Carl does here.
Might be able to get on top of Martin.
Yeah, he's not interested. He's working the perimeter. Doesn't even take a look inside. Oh, Carl.
Oh, he's just trying to sweep the outsides first before he overextends.
Yeah, overcommits. G-Legs.
Missing the shot on Fist. No, he got a hit. There's blood, but not by much. But Space Cowboy Carl gets him from the rear.
Now Carl pushing into the building. Awesome now moved up to the entrance.
4v5. G-Legs has spotted Dreek.
Have the shot though.
Oh, it hits the windowsill.
Yeah, it's the frame.
That one hit him in the shoulder. And he gets knocked out, but Legs gets killed off by, I would assume, Cosmonaut. Smoke gets thrown over. 4v4. Dreek wakes back up.
Carl, he's gonna have to commit to something. Dude, he is committing pretty hard to this attack. Does he see Pi? No, Pi doesn't see him, I don't think. Or might have actually. He was looking over there.
All right, Artisan's been dropped off.
Yeah.
He also has a PKP.
Carl has been compromised. Dishcom is firing up at him. I think I actually legged him. Legged him through the concrete, looks like.
I don't see any blood below.
I'm seeing that, yeah, he's bandaging now. His leg's all bloody. Cosum, I think, got engaged by Martin, but is able to hold to cover. Artisan now coming in. They have a... He has ditched the little bird. So he's now going to try and clear CQB with that PKP.
I think Shuffles, he's landing to take the Humvee in. Does he still have his MP7? Because an MP7 would actually be really good right here. Yep. But it looks like he's going to try to loot a friendly instead. Take the M16. I would prefer the MC7.
Here comes Pi. Cosum is in the middle of
Cosum, no! Oh my god.
Oh, that wasn't pretty.
Artisan is going to find Cosmonaut. Take the shot, Artisan. There it is. Cosmonaut down.
All right, so it's...
The PvP has been so slow. People are lining up their shots. I feel like I'm watching an XCOM fight in real time, to be perfectly honest.
Bit, yeah. Would explain some of the misses we've seen, too.
Yeah. 3v3.
Pi hops into the barracks building. They'll be right below Carl.
Carl has to hear those footsteps.
And with the helicopter flying above, it's landing below that. Leaves the engine on intentionally.
Artisan getting taken out by Dreek. Could still wake back up, hearing some explosions outside the main building.
Here comes Pi working his way up the staircase.
I think he heard the footsteps above him.
Oh, Pi knows that Carl's there. He shot with that dish gun, remember?
True.
Grenade goes up. I think that...
Went outside the outer window.
Oh, but...
Cosmonaut.
Snuffles.
Wow.
Schnuffles!
Schnuffles wants all of the glory for himself.
This is all the PKP and just
Fired.
Yeah, I don't entirely blame him, but still. Oh, it does wake back up.
Carl wakes back up, sees that the door is open, grenade was thrown, and he is knocked back unconscious. Execute him, Pie. Yep.
And now Schnuffles.
Martin gets executed.
There's still multiple grenades in there. He's gonna sound a bit stronger though.
Steal the PKP in there and mag dump it.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. It could win it right here. Pie doesn't react, and if Dreek doesn't react, Artisan wakes back up.
Wow.
Oh, me fucking.
Schnuffle, I think, hurt himself with those grenades.
Yeah. Those 4 spray downs. He's gonna need a lot of bullets though. 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Pie now working.
He's got time, but I think Pie is coming back around on the cache.
No, he's gonna get caught out. No, doesn't fire.
He's checking bodies for ammo.
Might find some grenades, but Pie is there.
Wait, that's Grav's body.
No.
That's the explosive specialist.
No. Schnuffles, come on. You must have saw some grenades. There's something in there.
No, there were explosive specialists on Grav, unless he picked mines.
Yeah,
But Grav never used explosives.
Yeah, and why would he pick mines when he's on assault attack?
That means Grav didn't have. He's checking the body again.
Yeah, maybe Schnuffles just didn't grab it. Maybe he didn't check the. He checked the. Check the vest, but not the backpack.
Oh no.
Here comes Pie.
Schnuffles! Pie only had 1 bullet in his magazine.
Oh my god. Come on.
Schnuffles now has an AK.
Oh, but
Artisan being flanked by Dreek.
now Schnuffles.
Pie flanking around, but Artisan takes him out.
It's down to Dreek and Artisan. Throws another grenade in. That one's a frag, but it's not gonna hit it.
Oh my god.
4 minutes.
Schnuffles fails his wake-up check. It's 1v1.
You could check it again. Might roll a bit better, but I don't think so with the number of bullets he took.
This is the last firefight, baby.
Dreek, now if he comes up and executes Schnuffles, that's going to be a problem.
Artisan now pushing in as Dreek's watching the corner. Can't see because of the smoke, but Artisan doesn't see him.
Could still wake back up if Dreek doesn't get the double tap.
I don't think so.
No, Dreek's looking around. He saw the drop.
Wow.
He's going to assume.
Fucking wow.
Artisan wakes back up.
This is one of those times we're going to wait a minute to see if anyone can wake up, but I think that's it because Artisan was already down once.
No way Artisan wakes back up. I'm with you.
That's it. The helo's landed right now with its engine on. I feel like this is the part, you know, from wrestling where the guy's out, like, counting them down.
Yeah, but it's like the really slow count.
Yep. I'm waiting for someone in global chat to say knockout.
Yeah, Artisan. Just now waking back up. Come on, 20 more seconds, Artisan. I believe. But now it's Dreek watching that.
It's done. It's done. GG. There it is.
They called it. Oh, they were so close.
That was a very close one.
They were so close. Oh.
Oh man. That was pretty funny.
Great win. Great win from Blue Fort, or sorry, from Green Fort. Green Fort.
5-point profit.